Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have 4 stellar coins to show to you that I got back from PCGS. And we're going to start with one of the most famous coins in all of the U.S. coin grading world, and that's this 1893 from the San Francisco Mint with a mintage of only 100,000 pieces. The 1893 S. Morgan, considered the king of Morgan dollars. I'll say also, has anyone else looked at that mintage of exactly 100,000 pieces and thought, really? I wonder how many they actually made. There's got to be exactly 100,000? Well, maybe they did, and I'm just being silly. But I will say that overall, really nice coin, a good amount of detail left in it. It's, you start to see some weakness in the rims on these guys when they're in lower grade, but lots of detail left on the body. And PCGS called this coin a good 6. And something I want to show you, of course, is when you look at these guys, the way to tell the authentic ones, we'll see if I can get in here with my 20 power or not, is in the top of the T, there's a little bar that comes down right in the center of the T. But it's really hard to see here. I'm not quite getting the focus that I want. Or the angle, there's a lot of dirt on that T. So this coin's pretty cool, a nice coin, a rare coin in this market. It's probably pushing $3,000, $2,500 to $3,000, something in that range. They've been popping lately, and I love the coin, nice original coin. Lots of times they come back in a cleaned condition with those lower grades. Next up, I have this 1923 piece dollar from the San Francisco Mint. We're going to take a look at this coin here. Now, they made a lot of these coins. I mean, they made like 19 million of them, but they're extremely difficult to get in higher grade. And maybe there's a couple reasons for that. One, they come really scuffy. 2, I mean, maybe PCGS and NGC just aren't willing to give out higher grades on these because they know they know how many are out there and what the pricing is. I'm not sure. That's a conspiracy theory. Ben, shut up. There's a 23S. You got a couple scuffs here in the field, right under the PL, right? But other than that, the coin itself, the obverse of the coin is really wonderful. Nice quality, original luster, original toning. I did not get a questionable color on this, guys, which is what I know you're probably leaning towards as you hear the bitterness dripping in my voice. That's embarrassing. And I'll be honest with you guys, and you guys know me if you watch a lot of my videos, this isn't embarrassing for me. This is embarrassing for PCGS. I'm willing to just stand here and sit, but I'm willing to say that this is just a silly grade. And I usually don't get that animate about the grades being off. I know some of you think I complain all the time, but oftentimes I just look at the coins, how they're graded, and try to give you my opinion. There's nothing about this coin that would stop it from being a higher grade. And I'm just starting to become speechless here as I look at the coin. Yeah, I mean, I'm just willing to say that this is just crazy to get a 63. Now, some of you don't do piece dollars. You don't like piece dollars. I look at a ton of piece dollars. I look at a ton of graded piece dollars. I look at a ton of piece dollars that are graded high grade by date, by mint mark. So I know what I'm looking at on this stuff. And that coin is just making me not too happy. Not too happy. So I told you I had 4 stellar coins for you. That's among them, but it's just not graded stellar, right? So when I look at coins that I think are really nice and I send them in, I don't expect to be off by 2 or 3 grades or what have you. That's just not a typical thing. So that coin was upsetting. I send these coins in very infrequently, like this, like that 23S piece dollar is not something I would normally send in. $20 gold pieces I don't send in with much frequency because there's not a big margin on those. They all trade in very similar clustered price ranges from one grade to the next. And so a coin has to have really high eye appeal. This to me is the same type of coin. I sent this coin in for kind of the same reason that I sent in that 23S. It's just a really great coin. You're going to see a lot of little, not even contact marks, like some of those little marks here off to the right. They're not really into the metal per se as they are into the luster. And there's a little bit of difference. Like, maybe you want to call those snail trails, right? Because they really don't show up on the coin as contact marks. They just show up as breaks in the luster. MS65 Plus. Now, some of you have asked which I'd rather have, pluses or stars. And of course, PCGS doesn't do stars. But I hate plus signs, man. Because here's the thing, just give me that next grade up. This is like the strange little half grade, almost grade. No, you were there, but you weren't there. It's almost like losing the Super Bowl. And unless you're the Buffalo Bills and you do it 4 years in a row, people generally don't remember a whole lot. You're like, yeah, you had an amazing season, but you know what? Tom Brady happened, right? So, it's a plus is kind of like losing the Super Bowl. Now I'm talking about a really nice coin here, so that may sound silly. MS65 Plus. The 1927 is one of the most available $20 gold pieces. They made like a whopping 3 million of these, which is a lot for a $20 gold piece. And in the open marketplace, this is probably $2,700 or more. A 66 probably doesn't jump a whole lot. There's like 3,000, 3,100. And I want to compare it to this last coin. And there's a lot to talk about these two coins. This 1923 is from the Denver Mint. And these you almost never see mint marks on them. That little mint mark is above the date. So a lot of people see the mark below the date and they think that's a mint mark. And that's actually just Augustus Saint-Gaudens' little initials there. So it's 23D. Also a super lustrous coin. I really liked it. I thought it was stunning. Just has a great flow to it. And a little bit of a contact mark there below the eagle, so you can see a little bit of the difference between, what I consider to be a contact mark and what I call like a, I used the term snail trail a little minute ago here, right? So you can just see how nice this coin is. And I managed to get a 65 plus out of this also. Now, there's a couple things to talk about on these two coins, and one of the points I want to make is that sometimes guys complain a lot about population reports. So I'm going to talk about the value of these two coins in the marketplace are not that far apart. Now, the 23D, they made under 2 million of them. They made, 1.7 million, so they made, about half as many. And in the 65, maybe it's worth 10% more than the 27. And in 66, it's maybe a $4,000 coin consistently. Now, I've seen them trade for crazy money on certain dates. But here's the thing, and I know some of you complain about cracking out stuff and pop reports. These coins have very similar price points to them. The population in MS65 on this coin is over 30,000 coins. The population on this coin is only 2,600. That's an MS65. Now you get to the 66, the plus and the 66 grades, 65 plus, MS66. So on the 1927, in MS66, there's over 6,600. In these guys, there's only 1,700. So, you talk about a coin that is a lot more rare, especially in 65. And then, do the pop reports matter? Well, not as much depending on where the pressure point is in the marketplace, right? So in these guys, the weird thing about these two coins is once you get into MS67, there's only like 29 of these and there's like 88 of these. So the high-end collector, that almost pushes the market down on the 23Ds. Whereas, the 27s, it's actually really hard to get a 67 with only, 29 of them. But that seems really unusual on a coin where you've got 30,000 graded in 66, and this one, 30,000 graded in 65, and the 23D you only have 2,600 graded. So remarkably different coins. similar grades, way different pop reports, and yet price points not that far off. So we can talk more about pop reports some other time, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben, the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.